I'm sitting here trying to write this monologue, and it just isn't clicking today. And I think that might be because the very important things in life are not things at all. And how do you capture nothing? My boyfriend cheated on me with my best friend. I was going through his phone because he wasn't being secretive or protective of his phone like he usually is. And when I went through his Instagram messages, there were these pictures of my best friend laying in his bed saying, "Come over, you're so hot." And then they started sending each other pictures of their erogenous zones and stuff. And it just kind of went downhill from there. I mean, for me personally, I felt betrayed by my best friend more than I felt betrayed by my boyfriend, even though technically I was broken up with by my boyfriend. My best friend did not tell me she was dating my boyfriend. She didn't even introduce me to him as her boyfriend. We were together for about 3 months before she introduced me to him. I thought they were friends. They've known each other for years. So when she introduced me to him, I was like, "Oh, hey, I know who that is. Hey. And he was just nice. He was nice to me and friendly. I didn't have any idea. I trusted her with my life. We did everything together. We told each other everything. We slept over at each other's houses. Like, if I ever had a bad day, I would go sleep over at her house and we would just watch TV and eat popcorn and just hang out. We did everything together. We were inseparable. And now I found out that she was sleeping with my boyfriend behind my back. How long had it been going on for? How long had she known? I feel stupid. I know that this whole situation sounds like it's my fault, but let me explain myself. I've always been a very trusting person. I've never been a jealous girlfriend or suspicious girlfriend. That's because I have a great group of friends and I have a really good self-image. So I never thought that they would cheat on me. I was always confident in myself and confident in the fact that if they were unfaithful, it would be because something was wrong with them, not because there was something wrong with me. But what if you are wrong? What if you are the problem? What if your self-image is off? What if you were too trusting? This has been eating away at me since it happened. I've been questioning everything. I've been overthinking every single thing that I've said and done during my relationship. Because if my self-image is off and I am too trusting, then I deserve this. I deserve to be cheated on. I deserve to have people use me. I feel like I've been searching for an answer for a question that I don't even know how to ask. It's like when you're searching for something and you don't even know what it is you're looking for. So how do you know when you found it? I feel lost and confused and betrayed. I thought I knew who my best friend was, but maybe I didn't know her at all. And now I can't even look at my boyfriend without getting sick to my stomach. And when I see them together, it just feels like they're mocking me. I feel humiliated. I feel degraded. I don't know what to do. All of my friends are telling me the same things. They're telling me that I deserve better. They're telling me to move on. They're telling me to forget about it. But how do I forget about it? How do I forget the girl who I thought was my best friend in the entire world? How do I forget the boy who I thought was the love of my life? How do I forget the 2 people who I thought were both a part of my happily ever after? I could never imagine my happily ever after without them in it. And now that one of them is with the other one, how do I get them both out of my mind? It's like trying to push a ball up a hill, but the ball weighs 1,000 pounds and you're only 4 feet tall. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put in, the ball keeps rolling down the hill and you keep getting further and further behind. I don't want to be 4 feet tall anymore. I want to be tall enough that pushing that ball up the hill is easy. I want to be able to run faster than the ball rolls. I want to be able to let go of them both and still be okay. If you take away everything that has ever made me happy in my life, I'm left with nothing. If you take away my family, I'm still left with my friends. If you take away my friends, I'm still left with my boyfriend. If you take away my boyfriend, I'm still left with horseback riding, singing, dancing, writing. If you take away all of those things, I'm still left with my dreams. If you take away my dreams, I'm empty. Nothing matters. There is no point. All of this suffering, all of this pain, none of it means anything. Why do I have to feel this way? Why do I have to feel hopeless? Why can't I just wake up tomorrow and be happy again? Why does it have to hurt so bad? Why can't I just be mad at them? Why do I have to be sad? Why can't I just be mad and be done with it? Why do I have to wake up in the middle of the night and cry myself to sleep? Why does it feel like my chest is being ripped apart and my lungs are being crushed? Why is it so hard to breathe? Why does my throat feel so sore? Why do I have nightmares? Why do I feel empty inside? Why does everything feel fake? Why can't I enjoy anything? Why can't I be happy again? I am a strong person. I am brave. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am funny. I am loyal. I am trustworthy. I am honest. I am kind. I am creative. I am passionate. I am caring. I am loving. I am everything that she's not. So why did he choose her? Why did he choose the girl who is everything that I am not? Why did he choose her? Why did he choose to hurt me? I thought we had something special. I thought I had something special with him. I thought he loved me. He called me his soulmate. He said that I was his lobster. He said that we would be together forever. He promised me forever. He promised me a happily ever after. He promised me that I would be the one that he would grow old with. He promised me that he loved me. He promised me that I didn't have to worry about anyone else. He promised me that I didn't have to be afraid. He promised me that I didn't have to be alone. He promised me that I wouldn't be going through this alone. I've been through a lot of things in my life. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with anxiety. I've dealt with bullying. I've dealt with death. I've dealt with a lot of things in my life, and I've always been okay. I've always come out stronger. I've always been able to pick up the pieces and put myself back together. Why can't I do that right now? Why can't I just fix myself? Why can't I just put myself back together? I miss me. I miss who I used to be. I miss the way that I used to laugh. I miss the way that I used to smile. I miss the way that I used to feel. I miss the way that I used to think. I miss the way that I used to see the world. I miss the way that I used to see him. I used to think that he was perfect. I used to think that he couldn't do anything wrong. I used to think that he was the best person in the world. I used to think that he was the most amazing boyfriend in the world. I used to think that he was the most caring, loving, selfless, giving person in the world. I used to think that he was the one that I was supposed to be with. I used to think that he was my lobster. I used to think that he was my soulmate. I used to think that he was my happily ever after. I used to think that he was the one that I would spend the rest of my life with. I used to think that he was the one that I would grow old with. I used to think that he was the one that I would marry. I used to think that he was the one that I would have children with. I used to think that he was the one that I would build a life with. I used to think that he was the one that I would build a future with. I used to think that he was the one that I would spend the rest of my life with. I used to think that he was the one that I was supposed to be with. Now I see him for who he really is. Now I see him for what he really is. Now I see him for what he did. Now I see him for what he did to me. Now I see him for what he did to us. Now I see him for what he did to her. Now I see him for what he really is. He's a liar. He's a cheater. He's a manipulator. He's a deceiver. He's a fraud. He's everything that I thought he wasn't. He's everything that I didn't see. He's everything that I chose not to see. He's everything that I ignored. He's everything that I overlooked. He's everything that I excused. He's everything that I enabled. And now I'm paying the price. And now I'm left with nothing.